So this is a really simple demonstration. Yeah, it's a new demonstration. It's the last one. This is the one that is relative penetration of alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. And there's not a whole lot to write about this one, but earlier when I talked about the different types of radiation, I said that alpha is the least penetrating and gamma is the most penetrating, but I didn't really give you anything quantitative about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test 3 different emitters, an alpha emitter, a beta emitter, and a gamma emitter. I'm going to put it inside this Geiger counter on one of these shelves. And so the radiation is going to come from the source, which will be down up to the Geiger counter, but then I'm going to block that. And I have a bunch of blockers here, from this really, really thin foil up to a fairly thick chunk of lead. And the numbers over here tell the relative blocking ability. The unit on the number is not important. It's the size of the numbers that's important. So if I tell you that this thinnest one is a 4.5, it's not important 4.5 what, because we're just comparing different blockers. We're comparing the different radiations with the blocking ability. Okay, so
what's that machine called?
This is a Geiger counter, and so that's the alpha particle that you had against your head there for a while. And I'm going to start with my thinnest piece. We should also listen to background, because you're going to get beeps even if there are no sources under there. And that's just from cosmic rays and just random radioactive events. You know, maybe there's some radioactive material in this table and so forth. So they'll just be kind of random like that. So obviously that's more than background radiation. I would say I blocked it. And I blocked it with a blocker that has a blocking ability of 4.5. Okay, so for the alpha, all it took was 4.5. Now I'm going to do the beta. I'm going to start with the 4.5. Doesn't do anything, no noticeable difference. So I'm going to jump up to 200. I don't notice any difference with 200. Maybe a little bit. I'm going to jump up to 400. Well, that definitely cut it, but I think we're above background still. So there's 500. I would say 500 did it. Okay, so for the alpha, it required 4.5 to block that radiation. For the beta, about 100 times more.
What is it, 4.5 what?
Do you really want to know the unit?
Yeah.
Milligrams per centimeter squared. But I would just, that's not a real meaningful unit.
Yeah.
So I would just not even use a unit. Basically, it's about 100 times more. So now I'm going to use the gamma. And there's the beta. There's the gamma. Okay. So we'll start with the 500. I don't notice any difference really. I'm going to jump up to my biggest one. It's about 7,500. It's still getting through. I'm going to add another 3,500. We're up to 11,000 now. I'm going to add another 3,000. There's 14,000.
Oh, God.
It's about another 2,000. That's 16,000. This will bring us up to 17,000. And I have a problem. I'm out of room. take a look at all of the blocking ability there, lead and other metal, and I'm still not blocking all those gammas. So what's the big idea here? The big idea is it's not just that gamma radiation is more penetrating, it's way more penetrating. It's such a shocking more amount of penetration than the alpha and the beta. So that's that. I'll just leave this here so you can take a look at that block, because that's what it took to block the gamma. This is what it took to block the alpha. And 500 there. That's about what it took to block the beta. And this didn't even block all the gamma. We still have more to go.